G'day Earthlings, absolutely beautiful day. We're here in Western Australia. We're actually just out from a little town called Perendry, which is about 250 kilometres inland from Geraldton. If you don't know where Geraldton is, I suggest you Google it. Anyhow, we're out on a Lochada station. It used to be a pasture lease station, sheep, but obviously for some reason the pastoralist or the lease has ended and they've handed it back to the government, so now it's Crown land. So there's a track called the Lochada Track. We're in the Isuzu MUX and my beautiful girlfriend Debbie is beside us, and we're going to show you around through here and a bit of what we do out here when we go camping. So sit back, relax and enjoy. A pastoral lease is an arrangement used in Australia and New Zealand where the Crown land is leased out by the government, generally for the purpose of grazing sheep or cattle on the rangelands. The practice is common in Western Australia's history, and the first pastoral leases around here were granted in the mid to late 1860s. On the Lochada station there are remains of an old corrugated iron and weatherboard cookhouse, a garage and a storeroom. It's actually used as a campsite today. You can see the old animal yard remains around the place, a water tank slab and remains of an old chimney. It's a semi-arid climate out here, averaging about 250 mil of rain per year. Summers are hot and dry with not much relief. In contrast, winter has cool days and very cold nights. Most rain comes in the winter months of June through August, which the crop farmers are quite dependent upon. The main vegetation around here is acacia, melaleuca and eucalypts. During the spring, the wildflowers bloom, making a beautiful display of colour that the tourists just love. It's rained here quite a lot since June, and the contrast between the blue sky, green foliage and the red earth is just spectacular. The old cars used on the station got dumped, and there's a few beauties laying around here. An old Dodge, a school bus, and Debbie's favourite, a VW Bug, that's certainly seen better days. Lots of rust and colour and history just right here. Lochada station itself has lots of granite rises and quite a few sections of the road are rocky. The water system in the area is a large chain of salt lakes which are full right now given the recent rains, but out of the rainy season they're dry.
crack the fire, crank that fire. Somebody's going to do it. Like you got to pay.
We camped by an old bore site. Whilst the windmill here is no longer actually pumping water out of the ground, the idea behind this and many other bores here was to pump water out of the ground and into the tanks using wind power to water the animals that used to roam this station. At most bores, gates were constructed. This forced the animals into the fence sections to get their water. There, the station owners could then collect the animals when needed.
It's a beautiful afternoon, but there's still heaps of flies hanging around, so rather than me brushing them off my face all the time, I thought I'd use this fly net. In fact, there's already something crawling around in there. So I'm going to try making some damper. Damper's an Aussie kind of bread mixture that's really great for making in the campfire, and it's really just got flour, a raising agent in it, and you can fiddle around with using beer or milk or water. I've got to find some coals to pop this damper into. I don't want it right in the centre of the heat there. And pop that in and cover it up. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. And the smell coming out of this smells like I'm in a bakery. Put some honey on. It's pretty good.
Track gets a little bit tight in places. Not many people come down here, so we've folded in the mirrors. It's one good little trick, but so far so good. There was water in the trough. Water in the tank. Concrete. Rabbit-proof fence. The rabbit-proof fence construction commenced in Western Australia in 1901 in response to an increasing rabbit population. Two adjoining fences were constructed in 1904 and 1906. It was complete in 1907 and stretched for 3,256 kilometres. Much of it still stands today, although in need of some TLC. On the drive home, we came across a couple of beautiful kangaroos, big reds. They're eating the fresh new green shoots of wheat and barley that's still beneath all of last year's crop stubble. Free food everywhere. There's been a good rain so far this season.